Hey everyone, it's Brandy and welcome back to my channel. I definitely should be asleep right now, but I had to wake up to go pick up my little brother from school and I'm not sleepy yet again, so I figured I would go ahead and get some videos filmed and out the way since I needed to get this done. But anyway, today, as you can tell from the title of this video, I will be doing the books I will probably never read tag. I don't know the name of the original creator of this tag, but I will make sure to link that original video down in the description box, so make sure you guys go check that out if you're interested. I know I did 2 tag videos for my videos last week, but what I was planning on doing this week I'm still not ready for, which sucks. So I figured I would do another tag, and I figured this was a really easy one. So yeah, I'm gonna just do this one, and there's only 5 questions. It's a pretty short tag, so I'm just gonna get into it so I won't take forever. So the first question is a really hyped book that you're not interested in reading, and for this one I guess it's 2 books, but I guess they kind of go together, and that is Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula. I feel like these have been going around lately. I don't know if it's because we're moving into the fall season or because the second book in this companion series or something like that is coming out or has already come out. I'm not really exactly sure what, why it's being so hyped up, but I feel like a lot of people have been talking about this, and although the whole Jack the Ripper story is interesting, this YA retelling just wasn't something that I was personally interested in. Question 2 is a series you won't be starting / won't be finishing, and for this one I decided to go with the Outlander series. I would get more, I guess, into why that is in one of the later questions in this tag, but I thought I might be interested in this at one point. I think just because of the hype that was surrounding this book, so I guess it could also work for question 1. But the more I hear about it, the more I'm just like, I don't think this is something that I would be interested in. And yeah, so okay, Siri was like recording me for all of that time. Okay, no. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't think it would be something that I would be interested in, so I don't have any plans of reading that series. Question 3 is a classic that you're just not interested in, and for a while I probably could have said a lot, because I feel like classics are just so intimidating and sometimes really hard to get into. And since I left school and it was no longer a requirement, I really haven't been reading any classics, but I will say that I have been interested in revisiting some of the ones that I read in school, because I feel like I might enjoy them, and checking out some others. But for this one I have 2, because the first one I'm not really sure if it is now considered a classic, but the first one I had the first one that I decided to go with was The Lord of the Rings, and I'm not sure if this is considered a classic, but I feel like this one, along with Harry Potter, is always mentioned the stuff that people need to read. And although I'm interested in reading Harry Potter, I feel like The Lord of the Rings, I'm not. I would definitely be interested in watching the movies, even though I heard they're super long, but yeah, I would prefer to watch the movies over read the book. But like I said, I wasn't sure if that counted as a classic, so I also chose Through the Looking Glass, which is the second part to Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I read that one last year. I'm pretty sure that was last year that I read that, and I just really did not like it. I felt like it was way different than I felt like a lot of people. Maybe it's just different because I read it when I was a lot older. It was really confusing and it was really weird, and I was just like, what the heck is going on? And I feel like everyone who reads Alice's Adventures in Wonderland just absolutely loves it, and when I read it I was just like, no. I was like, this isn't for me. So I just had no plans to continue on with Through the Looking Glass, even though at some point I thought I would read them just both together, but the copy that I had didn't have both in them, so yeah, I doubt I'm gonna be, you know, using my money to pick up a copy of that at all. So yeah. Question 4 is any genres you don't read, and I feel like this one is a little weird because I won't say that there's any genres that I won't try. I'm really open to trying new types of books, the genres and age categories and stuff like that. But I will say that there is one category, like one genre of book that I have really never been interested in, but it's like really specific in the genre because I feel like you can have different elements. But anyway, the genre that I never really read is historical fiction, and this is historical fiction without any fantastical elements, because I noticed that I do have some books on my shelves that are historical fiction, but the majority of the ones that I do own have some type of fantasy element to them. And I think I might own one or two that are historical fiction that don't. But yeah, like I was saying, it's not an exclusive. I don't read any historical fiction. I am really selective with my historical fiction. I feel like I am growing as a reader, and I am more likely to try out a historical fiction, but I feel like this is a genre that I reach less towards than probably most people, just because it's something that intimidates me, and the majority of the time I'm just not interested in it. Question 5, which is the last question of this tag, is a book on your shelf you'll probably never actually read. So I kind of cheated a little bit with this answer, and I want you guys to not freak out when you see it and listen to my explanation. But for that one, I decided to go with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. And like I mentioned, this is a cheat. This is my hardcover edition of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. My grandma actually bought this for me for my birthday the year that this was published. This was like the last book that came out, and she bought it for me not knowing that I didn't read the rest of the series. So this is the only book in the series that I have in hardcover, and I held on to it just because it was a gift from my grandma, and I knew at that point I knew that I did want to read the Harry Potter series, but this was the only book that I had because we had a copy of the Sorcerer's Stone like a while back. Don't know what happened to the copy. It just got lost over the years after moving. I do plan on reading the series just like I have been talking about, but I do own the paperback box set of the US copy or US cover editions. So I will most likely be reading those copies because this is huge and it's heavy, and a lot of the times I take my books around and I take them with me when I'm reading. So I mean, if I had to, I would take this, but I just can't see myself lugging this around. So I will be reading Deathly Hallows. I just probably will never read this copy. But I will never say never because I don't know. But I never actually took the dust jacket off of this one. Anyway, like I was saying, I will probably never read this edition of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So, sorry about that, I had a phone call. Anyway, those are all the questions for this tag. I'm not really sure how long this tag has been going around, so I'm not really sure if everyone who has done it so far. But if you haven't done it, sorry, I'm a little distracted because my phone is ringing. Anyway, if you haven't already done this tag and you are interested in doing it, please make sure you do it, and make sure you let me know down in the comments once you do it so I could go check out your video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Bye.